He also was the Browns and the Dallas Cowboys linebacker coach. Yep. So, and the offensive coordinator is Nick Sirianni. He was the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers wide receiver coach. Now, the Indianapolis Colts traded their first round pick to the San Francisco 49ers for DeForest Buckner, defensive tackle. He's a force to be reckoned with. And they needed help in that interior badly. One thing about the Colts I can say is they got one of the best offensive lines in football. I do like they running back, Martin Jones. I definitely like him. So I definitely like where they're going. Their biggest free agent signing was Phillip Rivers. I think Phillip Rivers was a great choice because this team is not in a rebuilding mode, but they young, but they feisty, and they got some experience, and they're ready to get to the next level. So I really think this is the team that can challenge Houston for this division. I really do, especially with a quarterback like Phillip Rivers, who's a gunslinger, never really lived up to the expectations in San Diego or in Los Angeles. But he was a great quarterback. He just couldn't get over the hump. He just couldn't get over the hump in the playoffs, or just couldn't lead the team to a championship. He never took them to an AFC championship, but he was a great quarterback for that franchise. He was their franchise. Some other notable free agent signings was Sheldon Rose. Like I said, they needed help in that interior line badly. This was a shocking. I love this pick they got. TJ Carey. He's a tough, hard-nosed corner, man. Very experienced, very feisty, hard working, and he gonna get the job done. So that was a great pickup by them. Fullback. They went Roosevelt Nix. Tight end, Drake Burton. And I do like their draft picks, though. They got a great pick and a great deep threat, one-on-one deep threat for Phillip Rivers was Michael Pittman out of LSU, out of USC. He's 6'4", got big size, got big hands, can go up and make tough catches, use his body as a shield, and I really think that was a good pick. I don't like the other second round pick with Jonathan Taylor, the running back out of Wisconsin, because I think J.K. Dobbins would have been a better fit, because Jonathan Taylor has problems holding on to the football. He don't have the agility he don't have good agility, and he can't catch the football. And those are things you need out of running back. So I think that was a risky pick. I do like this pick, Julian Blackmon, even though he got hurt and tore his ACL. Man, he's one of the best safeties that was coming out this class. I had him my fifth best safety. They also drafted quarterback Jacob Eason out of Washington. That's a nice bag up for Phillip Rivers. They also drafted Danny Painter, defensive lineman out of Ball State. Isaiah Rogers, cornerback out of UMass. Denzel Patman, wide receiver out of Washington. So, all in all, I do think they did a Chris Ballard. I think he's one of the best young GMs in the game. It's funny because Frank Reich did such a great job with his team, because we all know how he got that position, because that's when Josh McDaniels took the contract to be the Indianapolis head coach, but then he bagged out. So that's how Frank Reich has been the head coach, and I think he's a great young coach. And he's a great coach for this team. This team has really got a lot of young and exciting players on their team. So we're going to try to look at their starting. Some notable names you're probably going to see this season. Quarterback Phillip Rivers. Running back Marlon Jones. I really think he's going to have that spot. Over Jonathan Taylor, you're going to have T.Y. Hilton, Paris Campbell, Michael Pittman, Eric Ebron. On the defensive side, they got Jabbar Shears, DeForest Buckner. They got Darius Leonard, tackling machine, linebacker, one of the best young linebackers in the game. T.J. Carey, Xavier Rhodes, tough, big, physical cornerback that I always loved. And, of course, Malik Hooker, a ball hawk. So I think this team is really going to challenge the Houston Texans for this division. They is a very young, up-and-coming team. Frank Reich, I think he's not going nowhere. Quarterback, I think Phillip Rivers, this just a one-year playout. I think Phillip Rivers will not be the quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts next year. Only if they have a miraculous season. But I think they have to find a quarterback of the future. Ever since Andrew Luck has retired. All in all, I love Chris Ballard. I love what this management doing. And this team is looking good going upwards. Coming up next, we're going to continue Stay or Go. We're going to dissect the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't go anywhere. Stay here on Disputed Sports. Back in a minute.
We choose family. Join at PrestigeApproved.com.
Contact Pella today at PellaCleveland.com to schedule your in-home appointment. Korn and Alice in Chains. And special guests Under Oath and Horror. Blossom Music Center Friday, August 16th. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com. Korn and Alice in Chains. Check more at KornAIC.com. And most.
Welcome back to Disputed Sports, everybody. We're going to continue this Stay or Go segment. We're going to dissect the Jacksonville Jaguars. They finished 4th in this division last. They had a 10-6 record. Their owner is Hasib Caden. Their GM is David Caldwell. He was the GM for the Atlanta Falcons before joining the Jacksonville Jaguars. They coach is Doug Marrone. Word was he was on his way out, but I guess since Coughlin left, Doug Marrone has now stayed because Coughlin wanted to get rid of him. Doug Marrone has a 21-28 record, and ever since the 2017 year, the year when they had that great stout defense, but no offense. Jacksonville has never been known for offense ever since the Mark Brunell, Keenan McCardell, and Jimmy Smith days. But Doug Marrone, since 2017, after going to the AFC Championship game, like I said, with that great team with Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Abayu, Tyshawn Gibson, Barry Church, that was a great team. But ever since that championship game that they almost beat Brady into the last minute, Brady pulled it out. But ever since that, Doug Marrone record is 10-21. Besides, they have one of the worst front offices in football. They have one of the worst front offices in football. And there's no question. But I do like the offensive coordinator, Jay Gruden, that they got. I think Jay Gruden, he's very creative, and I think that's the position that he needs. Because when he was with Cincinnati had some of them great teams too, and they put up a lot of good numbers. So I think Jay Gruden is more of an offensive coordinator than a head coach. He didn't succeed as the head coach of the Washington Redskins when they gave up all them picks for RG3. I mean, it didn't pan out. They defensive coordinator is Todd Wash. Wash was the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive line coach. Now, it's very interesting because it's like the Jacksonville Jaguars like, you know what I'm saying, they like the quarterback, that Minshew kid. So I really optimistic with him because he came in when Nick Foles got hurt last year, and he had an okay year. First off, he came off Gardner Minshew. He came off, you know what I'm saying, as he doing good, but as the season went on, teams, you know what I'm saying, got used to him and his numbers dropped. So I'm really optimistic about that, but I think they're giving him a shot. I do like that bag up Mike Glennon, just in case something happened. But starting with they draft picks, they draft picks really it really shocked me because I think with their first round pick was C.J. Henderson. He's a great corner. He was the second best corner behind Jeffrey Okudah. But I really think they should have went wide receiver. They never really had a true wide receiver down in Jacksonville. Like I said, ever since the Keenan McCardell's and Jimmy Smith days. I really think they had a chance to get Judy or Lamb or Ruggs. But they went to cornerback, which I understood because they lost Bailey and Jalen Ramsey. But I think you got to get Gardner Minshew weapon, somebody that he can trust to throw the football to. Dede Westbrook, he's okay. I do like DJ Shark. He was a tight end, but he converted to a wide receiver. They did get Tyler Eckler, the tight end from Cincinnati. He's injury prone, but when he's not, he's a touchdown machine. He got a nose for it to get in the end zone. But I think with that first round pick, they should have went wide receiver. They need a wide receiver badly. They also went Kayvon Chassins, the defensive end out of LSU. I do agree with that. They went with they second round pick. They went with a wide receiver out of they went with the wide receiver out of Colorado, Levitovich Shelter. Third round pick, they went with Devon Hamilton. You gotta love that. He's a defensive tackle at Ohio State. I think he brings some toughness. He's very athletic, so I think that might be a steal. Ben Burch's offensive tackle out of St. John's, Minnesota. I do like this pick. Cornerback Joseph Scott out of Michigan. I do like that. And then there was so many cornerbacks too. I mean, it wasn't no elite, but you could have got a cornerback like they did in the fourth round later on. So I didn't like they some of their draft picks. Then the other fourth round picks was Shaquille Quarterman, linebacker, Miami. I do like that. Some of their notable free agents, they did a great job in free agency, though. I really think they did. Like I said, they got Tyler Eber. You know, like I said, he's a touchdown machine. They got Joe Schobert. He's a tackling machine. He played for the Cleveland Browns. He's gonna help move Miles Jack to the outside. They also got another great defensive end. He's not an elite, but he is a nice pick. Rodney Gunners, you know what I'm saying? He's a great athletic, got a lot of experience. He's gonna help that defensive line. They got Al Woods,